Rob and Slim Show.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, dude.
What's up?
Eric Vinson of Spicoli TV. How are you, dude?
Good. How are you, gentlemen, this evening?
Good. How's the weather down there? You're in Florida. We're freezing, dude.
It's a brisk, like in the 50s right now. It's been nice 70s during the day.
Wow. Yeah.
And we finally got our cool snap, if you will.
Yeah, same with us. We're like in the 40s or lower. Dude, you ended your show?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a long time coming, dude. 12 years.
Wow.
A lot of things came into play. I feel like I lost my edge as far as creativity like years ago. And you know, the show was fun, but it just this past year with the pandemic and everything, man, it wasn't as fun as it used to be. You know?
The pandemic is exhausting. Life is exhausting this past year, but I don't know. I feel like as a broadcaster, like it's broadcasting wet dream 2020. All the bullshit, all the fucking Trump shit, all the pandemic shit. I feel like I don't know. I just couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't stop. I don't know.
The political shit drove me nuts. Because we were never based on a political or a religion or anything, and it started infiltrating the show slowly, and
it's like a virus. I've never even cared about politics, but this fucking past few months, it's like holy shit.
I tell you, I've befriended a few people on Facebook. They weren't really, I mean, they were friends, but not really friends. I mean, not people you could count on if you needed anything, you know, that kind of deal. But it's been such a weird year, dude. And I was like, you know, I'm re-entered into high school now, and I'm trying to get my shit together. My son needed a little more of an edge and a little kick in the ass. You know, you're a parent.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, I got to take time off, and I've got to recharge my brain.
Yeah, that's respectable. I was going to ask if you would come back, but yeah, definitely fucking take that time. Take that time to do what you got to do, and yeah. And if it's meant to be, you will be back.
Yeah, if it's meant to be. A lot of things came into play. I mean, the computer started giving us problems again. We were having problems on the streaming place we were at, and it was just like an inferno, and it just needed one more piece of fuel added to it. And I wasn't going to be the guy that self-destructs on the air because of somebody's comment. I wasn't going to do that. I did have one bad night where the stream dropped like 5 times, and it was so frustrating. I mean, you put your heart and soul into every Friday night for 12 goddamn years, and it's like, you know, it's enough. And besides, I got friends like you that keep me busy. I'm finding voices I never knew I really had, and I'm having fun. So. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. That's cool to take that break and explore some other shit. But yeah, no, like I would have never asked you to do extensive other character with knowing you did your own show. But now I'm like, oh yeah, maybe Spicoli wants to try out the Drizzinator or the Rape Van Winkle.
That was amazing, by the way, Eric.
That's so good.
Is that what he would really sound? That's the way I envisioned him sounding.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like a mutant version of the Driz, Arnold, and Sly. Oh, it's all there.
All rolled into one. And that was kind of the way Sly's always been. And when Arnold, they just kind of verge together. So.
Yeah. The Yo's, that's definitely a Sly thing. But yeah, that's I was like, I don't know what you're going to go with this. But you killed it, dude. You killed it. Oh.
Do you think you're going to explore voice acting?
No, I doubt it. I mean, if the opportunity ever came aroused, but I've been doing it, you know, so long, and nobody's ever called me or anything. So fuck it, you know. What am I gonna? I doubt if it'll happen now because I'm not on the air as much. But
I heard that's a hard thing to get into too. Like you have to have an agent first of all, and there's pretty much only a few places like to get work doing that kind of stuff. So.
You know what you should do? You should just do audiobook readings. Like that should be an easy gig to get into, and I would love to hear you like doing Morgan Freeman, where reading an entire book.
Like those ones, the ones that we were reading on our show, like Mary has a beautiful little pussy, and she strokes the pussy every day. Did I mention it was a cat?
Yeah, I want like 5 hours of that.
Yeah.
Like 5 hours of that?
I want you to read like classics.
I want 5 hours of you going in between all the voices.
I want to listen to. I want to listen to an audio recording of The Great Gatsby read by the Drizinator.
That would be fantastic. I would like that.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm just glad, dude, we crossed paths. Like, we were doing it 7 years. You said you were doing it 12, so shit. I don't know if we met you our first or second year in, but yeah, it's been a while. Like, I can't believe you've been doing it for that long. You were like one of the pioneers, man.
Absolutely. I mean, when we started again, we were the first guy to bring a camera into public access and have a live stream going at the same time. They're like, well, what are you doing? It's like, well, we're streaming the show. Oh, you're already live. No, well, now we're live in front of a worldwide audience.
Yeah. Are you going to keep the website up and your backlog of episodes?
Yeah, I'll keep everything up. I won't cut it all down. I mean, it's up there, the Facebook page and everything, and that has our old shows as well as the YouTube page and all. Yeah, I'll keep all that up.
Cool. Oh, man. And I know your son, you mentioned, does he ever express wanting to do his own thing? Because my middle son always wants to, like, start, like, a YouTube channel or something.
My youngest wants to, he's into, watching the YouTubers and everything, and he's wanting to do videos and stuff, but he's not really sure how he's going to get into it. So I'm trying to broaden his horizon, if you will, by starting him in editing, which is where I started. And of course, I'm old school, so I'm like, hey, the first program you need to get is like Movie Maker. That's what I learned. And I was like, Dad, I don't even think Movie Maker is still available.
Yeah, that's like I use Cool Edit Pro to edit audio on. I don't even know if that's still around.
Andrew did that. Yeah, and then, well, I'm using this one called AVS that I paid for that has pretty much everything. It has a video, it has audio. There's like 10 different programs in one, and it's unlimited use, and that's what I use, and it's simple. I mean, it's amazing what I've turned my home desk into. It's for schoolwork. I have a laptop now with 2 monitors, and now I have 2 soundboards in here. Wow. So it's like it's slowly turning into a home studio, if you will. I have to keep all my stuff available at all times,
Yeah, you have to have those options. You have to have that.
It took me 20 minutes to get the sound right on this stupid thing. It was too loud, and you know how you can go to Skype and test your audio on a thing to make sure it's hearing it and everything, and it just sounded like shit. And then I realized, your Skype mic is up way too fucking high. And that's just audio 101.
Yeah. I've done shit like that. Like the beginning of this season, I think the whole first segment, I was talking into the microphone backwards. I had the mic turned around, and it's like a one-way mic. And I knew it sounded off, and I was like, why does this sound so weird? And then like I pulled down the cover on the mic, and I realized, it's because I'm talking into the back of the mic.
And it's an omnidirectional, not a unidirectional.
Yes.
It's only picked from one. Yep. Those are small things that we learned eventually, when we first got in there. I had that old style drop mic and everything, and it picked up everything. It got so bad to where the vibration when you walked into the wooden shed, you would hear it. And I was like, dude, we got to get that out. So we started hanging it from the ceiling and shit. And it's like, and you just make one little thump, and it's like, boom. And it's like, we had no idea that you could put shock absorbers on microphones and kill all that noise. We had no idea, You just learn as you go along.
Yeah. Yup. That's how it is. That's definitely how it is. And having done the show, Spicoli, what advice would you give somebody just starting out?
Have patience and have a little money. It's gonna help.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but have some money and some patience, because you want the best equipment. Do not try to do this shit from a laptop. Laptops are okay, but if you're getting into video, PC it all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And that's where it starts. If you're just doing strictly audio, you can do it from a laptop. It's no problem. And don't cut corners on your soundboards either. I mean, but now they have great stuff now. They have this Rode thing. What's it called? The Rode or Opie uses it, and man, it's badass. It's a little tiny unit. You plug the mic right into it. It's digital.
Wow.
And he can. It's really cool. It was only like what, a couple $100, like $300-$400.
What's that one mic that's like everyone's buying?
Oh, the Yeti.
The Yeti,
it's
yeah.
Just like a USB mic.
Yeti, because it says Yeti on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a USB
Dude,
mic.
$100 on $200 on two Shure mics, and they're the best mics I ever had.
Yeah.
I spent $300 on a Rode Broadcaster, and I don't use it.
See? You live and learn.
Yup.
And mainly because our show, I think, just benefits more from condenser mics. That was a dynamic microphone.
Yeah.
Just we kind of like the weird ambient noise in the background and stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, it adds a little, character.
Yeah.
You know how much money I spent in Radio Shack before they went out of business? Oh my God.
God, and they were overpriced to begin with. Fuck.
RCA cables and connectors and switchers, and I mean, just very. I had open like an open line of credit. It seemed like they'd see me coming, like, here comes that guy. He's gonna spend $100. It was amazing. And now I got boxes of wires. So if you run out of anything, call me before you go buy anything. I have wires galore. I'll send them to you.
You were talking earlier about not using a laptop. When we first started, we did audio for probably a couple shows, and then like right away we're like, we're gonna do video, we're gonna do phone calls, we're gonna do like all this. And I was using a laptop at the time, and to export the video with that laptop, it would take like a whole day. Where with my PC, I can export an entire 4-hour show now in like 10 minutes, if that.
Processors, yeah. I mean, but that's stuff you live and learn about because you don't know. You know, it would take me, God, when we first started, it'd take me fucking hours just to upload the show to the stupid website. And that was just audio. It wasn't even video back then.
Wow.
And it was like, why does it take so fucking long? And it's like, you're trying to do everything through this laptop. And they worked good for us in the beginning until, the people like Stickcam and what was the other one? I can't even think of the name of it now. It was the biggest one. It was anyway, it'll pop in my head when I think about it. We were on 4 different ones. It seemed like we started out with Ustream. That was the original.
That's what we were on. Yep.
Yeah,
we were doing Ustream. I think
Ustream was really good, and then Stickcam came up, and Stickcam was better. They offered more camera options and stuff, and we went to that, and then all of a sudden, after about 2 years, Stickcam closed down. So it was like, oh, well, back to Ustream.
And then Ustream closed down, or it was sold, or something weird happened with Ustream.
Yeah, I remember something happened with them.
Doing that, they changed everything. You could use their broadcaster, and then after a while, you had to use an external broadcaster. And it was like, oh, what the fuck? Because nothing was working right. It would stream for a while, and then it would quit. And just all those glitches used to drive me nuts, dude.
There's a lot of trial and error involved in doing this stuff.
Oh, my God. Just to get one show on the air.
What did you end up using at the end?
Was it Vaughn?
We were using Vaughn.
Okay.
Vaughn Live, which is really a good one. And then, of course, once we hooked up and had Wirecast hooked to our computer, the sky was the limit. Everything was so easy to use, and the video to load, and effects and everything else. It was like, the next generation. It was like, from Star Trek to Star Trek, the next generation almost.
I think after Ustream got all weird, I switched to this program called XSplit, and I fucking love XSplit because it lets you stream out to all those sites. So like right now we're streaming to Facebook, we're streaming to Vaughn, where I'm recording, and it's just such an easy interface and everything.
Yeah, that's the way Wirecast was. We had it going out to Twitch and to Vaughn at the same time, as well as my website. And it was great, and then you could intertwine whatever you wanted. If you wanted to play something off of YouTube, you could bring up the video towards it and everything. Rob, I can tell you, with my secondary screen, I have you guys up in the Facebook page up on the other one, and I love looking at the table. You have an acquirement of drinks that are far superior to what I used to have.
Oh.
I mean, I'm looking at coffee and Heineken and
and absinthe.
What's in the And so those Jim Beam.
Oh, those are Slims.
Nah, those are my
Slims,
seltzer water. My hipster seltzer water.
Yeah, that's
water.
That's shit.
He's got a fucking martini glass in his hand, and
yeah, I'm
I
drinking.
love it, man. That's fantastic. That brings back a lot of memories.
Spicoli, I'm drinking a Manhattan right now, and I even got the little brandied cherry in there.
Well, stick your finger out and go, I'm drinking a Manhattan right now, lover.
I'm drinking a Manhattan right now, lover. Was that good?
Oh, citizen, you are!
What was your drink of choice on the show, Spicoli? I know you like the Snapple.
I just like a good cold beer. I was always a fan of a good Miller High Life before we went on the air. And, of course, we started out with our salute. We would do it started out with wild turkey and honey, which was really kind of rough. If you didn't stir the honey up, that 101 would kind of burn your throat. But we moved on to different stuff, and then it eventually got to Fireball, and we did that for quite a while. And then one night, Smitty brought in a bottle of the Jack Daniel's cinnamon. Far better. Far better. Oh, my God. I could drink that shit like it's water. And that's a problem, because I'm a 26-year recovering alcoholic, so yeah, I have to watch I know my limitations, but it's funny. But yeah, the cinnamon was pretty damn good. I like the cinnamon whiskey for sure.
So as a recovering alcoholic, you were still able to drink without falling off?
Oh yeah, for sure. I know my limitations.
I had a friend too. Yeah, he was in a way harder stuff, and he just decided to start drinking one day, and he was okay. He said,
"Oh wow."
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I quit a lot of things in life, but I've quit 3 of the major addictions in life, and cigarettes was nothing. I was ready to quit, put them fuckers down. I haven't smoked in 28 years.
I didn't even drink for like 10 years. Cigarettes was the only thing I couldn't stop.
It was nothing for me. I was so ready.
Oh,
I played baseball, and I couldn't breathe either, so it was nice to get my wind back and be able to run bases and not fall over. But I don't miss being hammered, drunk, and waking up the next day going, how the hell did I get home? I don't miss those.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want
they were fun. Don't get me wrong. They were fun.
Yeah.
But it's, look at your friend and you go, who drove? I don't know. It's like, we got to stop.
Do you still talk to Smitty?
Yeah, we still talk. It's been a couple of weeks or so, but I still talk to him. We keep in touch.
Cool. I didn't know if he was ever like, come on, man, you want to do this goddamn show again? I got it. It's almost like therapy sometimes too, I feel.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you have a week and then you just want to talk, and there's so many subjects that came out from us just talking in general, and so much laughter came out of that, because we really do think alike. And that's helpful, because he's like, well, okay, I'm not the only sick bastard in the world. Wow.
Who are some of your biggest influences too doing the show, Eric? Going back, like to when you first started.
As far as radio is concerned, I mean, I grew up around it. My aunt was pretty big in this town with some popularity. I'm sure, I don't know if you're familiar with the name Bob Lassiter.
It does ring a bell.
He was known as the Mad Dog back in the 80s and early 90s. He was the king of talk radio before it really became popular.
Yeah, it really does sound
familiar. For a while, my aunt was actually his sidekick, if you will, and listening to her and different various people around here. We had Ron and Ron.
Yes.
Before Bennington took off for New York. Yes. Diaz is still here.
He is. So, I heard he had come back.
Diaz, man, good dude. What a great voice for radio too.
I've heard that. I never heard that old Ron and Ron show. I got into Ronafas.com and then Ronafas, and they are always one of my favorites. Always one of my favorites.
Stuff. Have you ever heard BL on their show? she calls him. She's got the voice. Hi, Ron Bennington.
Yes.
She's down here. She was one of the original Hooters girls. I used to work with her. So there's a lot of people that influenced me, and I always loved it. And then when I got the opportunity to get into it, it was like, yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
Nice.
You know, it's fun. I still listen. You know, I'm still an Opie and Anthony fan, even though they haven't been around for so long, dude. I still listen to the old shows. I listened to 2 of them today, and I can't get enough.
Dude, they were the best. They were the fucking best.
It was absolutely the best, you know?
Do you listen to any of their side projects they're doing now, like Anthony's show or Opie's show, or even just Jim and Sam?
Jim and Sam I can't do. I cannot do Jim and Sam at all.
There. Wow, Sam, I like Sam, but Sam's head got a little big once he got in with the WWE.
Dude,
like, wow.
I was just going to say that. He hosts like a wrestling thing. Like, I was watching with my sons last summer. One of my sons wanted to watch, I don't remember what it was, AEW or whatever it was. And like, I was like, oh my God, it's Sam Roberts. And my sons were just like laughing at his huge forehead and his receding hairline. And I'm like, oh my God.
I did the same thing. I was like, hey, Sam, with my camera.
Oh my God! I just remember back in the day when they were giving him shit for being late because he had to have he got a flat tire on like the George Washington Bridge and couldn't change it, but had his dad come to change his tire. Like that's.
I just listened to a whole excerpt on Sam's life and everything with his parents and his dad with the greatest snacks in the world. And all that. That's funny shit, man. I don't care how old it is or whatever. That's still funny radio.
Sam is nowhere near a fucking like top host. Like no, he's never.
No.
Never.
No, he's a second mic by all means.
Yeah, second, third, fourth. I'd rather hear Roland on a goddamn mic. Fuck.
I like Roland's laugh, man. Roland's laugh is.
Or Pat Duffy. You remember some of the Pat Duffy things? Oh my God.
Duffy was great, yeah.
Oh, the baby bird. And just that everyone hated him because he was famous for getting thrown up and
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've some of that stuff is really good. My favorite will always be Box of Cocks.
Oh,
that
yes.
That was
Bill Burr.
The funniest fucking bit I ever heard in my life.
Fuck yeah.
That's funny shit. I mean, it just started out as a stupid bit and turned into this.
What was it?
Thing.
Are you asking?
Yeah, I want to know what Box of Cocks is because I don't.
Ask what Box of Cocks.
Not familiar with that.
Wow. Okay, you're gonna have to go to YouTube. Here's your homework for tonight.
All right.
I want you to YouTube and look up Opie and Anthony Box of Cocks.
And the box had free puppies on the side. That's all I know. Yeah. That's all I know.
Yep, that's all you need to know, and watch and enjoy. Because Patrice O'Neill is there, and of course, and there's another laugh I could just hear for days.
Fuck.
I miss him so much.
Yeah. Or and this isn't being racist. The Nigga Nazi Challenge with Patrice.
Absolutely, that was so great and with Anthony with that stupid Nazi helmet.
Nazi helmet, hailing a cab, and Patrice out trying to get a cab, and it was like the cab stopped more times for the Nazi than the black guy.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. That's still out there.
That's really funny stuff. So yeah, go look those up if you get time.
I'll have to.
Yeah, dude, just some great golden radio.
Yeah, because Rob had gotten me into O&A, but I heard like their last year.
Yeah, I got into it, and like a few months later, they were just done.
They're done.
There's a website that has all their old shows, and I can send you the link. Cool. It's literally every show from 2004 all the way in, and there's hours and hours. I mean, Tippy Tom tributes to everything you could ever imagine they did on the show is on there, and it's it's funny stuff, man. Cool.
Eric, thank you so much for talking. It's always a pleasure talking to you, my friend.
I love talking to you guys. I could talk to you guys for hours. You know that.
Yeah, man. Do you want anyone to find you?
Yeah, they can still reach me. I'm Spicoli on Facebook still. You can reach me there, Spicoli. I don't do the Twitter as much, but you can send me a message on Twitter. I do read it, so
I do.
You can.
That's where I send the TMR lines at Spicoli TV.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's the easiest way, brother.
I was gonna ask, are you still gonna be called Spicoli, or are you just Eric now?
Ooh.
No, I still use Spicoli. I still answer to both, and I answer to that asshole, hey you, all the good ones. So yeah, I'll still answer to it.
Fuck yeah! Thank you, Spicoli. You rock, dude.
It's a pleasure, brother. I love talking to you guys, and you guys have a great evening. Slim, enjoy that cocktail.
I will. I'm about to mix one more.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes. Yeah. Yeah, that guy sounds just like